Welcome back, episode 175 of the Real Life Caddy podcast, and guess who's back in town? It's Michael Zabbo. Welcome back, Mike.
I am back. It's good to be back. This is actually, I think, like episode 195 or so. There's a lot of episodes we do that don't really make the recording, so yeah, we've done a few that really just haven't gone through.
Big G was up to the old tricks again. We're gonna have to redo this one. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, he didn't kick the cord out this time. The power was on.
I'm just not that technically gifted, mate.
You know, the odd thing is normally after all the segments, you put it in and you check it, and you're like, okay, we're good to go. And we were rolling with the last one. It was just flowing. It was perfect, and we didn't check it. And I go home, I feel real good about it. And I'm like, okay, we got one in. It's been a long time. And then that night, I text him like, hey, you want to do another one? You're like, I'm fresh. Let's do another one. He's like, well, sorry, we're gonna have to redo this one because
we're gonna have to redo 175.
We didn't really record, so. Yeah. Here we are. We're back.
Anyway, we've got a good sponsor. Our good friend Mark Nichols, H&R Roofing Supply down Oxnard, established in 1981.
You're asking me? I mean, you would be the authority of this. Yeah, that sounds about right. But they
Oxnard, California, yes. Southern California. If you want anything to do with roofs,
check them out.
H&R Roofing Supply. We'll give them a wee dingle in the middle.
Skylights.
If you are an individual, you got a business, you want to sponsor an episode or two of the podcast, just get in contact. podcast@glorifieddonkey.com. Michael, what we got today?
Well, we need to get back to our old bread and butter. We haven't done one. The last one I did, I've been out of town a lot. You have. We've been.
I survived Boston, the World Cup.
Yep.
No Scotland, no party.
Yeah. What is that?
No Scotland, no party.
Oh yeah. But you had fun.
Oh, off the charts.
And then I was out of. I was back in
Rhode Island.
I was not at Disneyland. My wife wanted to make sure I mentioned that. No Disneyland. We were in New York City, Rhode Island. We came back, went to Vegas, and then I came back.
You went to Vegas?
I went to Vegas. Yeah.
What were you doing in Vegas?
Well, we had to celebrate our big win that we had on June 18th, which we'll talk about later. But no, that's not the reason I went. We went to we saw Kenny Chesney at the Sphere. Amazing, by the way.
I've heard he's a freak.
It doesn't surprise me, but puts on a hell of a show, I'll tell you that much. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. We drove there. It was like 114 degrees when we got there. It was ridiculously hot. Horrible. Unbelievably hot. And then I got back. I was back for like 5 days and had a pretty epic little golf trip to a pretty nice club in New Jersey. We'll talk about it at a later date.
In episode 176. The Vegas thing, I once went three times I've been to Vegas. Twice I went, I think it was about June. You leave Monterey, it's about 65.
Yep.
63, and you get to Vegas, 116 it was.
Yeah, it is. It's warm out there. It's warm. And people are like out walking around in it too. It's pretty crazy. I was like, yeah, just get me to my hotel in the AC and let me take an Uber to the casino.
Well, they're all zombies though. Oh man, last time I went, they're just walking around like the Walking Dead.
Depending on what drug they're on, correct? Yes.
Shocking. Caddy stories, what you got?
Well, got lots. A lot of this has to go back a bit because you and I worked together a lot in a short period of time. It's been months since I really saw you up until yesterday when we recorded this podcast the first time. But we have not been, close by each other for many months, but we did work together. And we caddied for this guy. He's kind of a mutual. I know you hate the word client, but so it was a group I caddied for all September. Yeah, all the Southwest boys, and it was a spin-off of that group. So you hooked up with this guy, brought me aboard, and they brought their wives. And we all know how you feel about women and caddying for.
Easy. No, listen, I think you just have to. I don't want you to sound like you're the bastion of ladies golf here, right? 'Cause I know as soon as I
depends on the loop
recording. But it's quite clear my attitude towards it. I think sometimes women can be difficult on the golf course. They're very needy, and unless they're well instructed by the husband, the boyfriend, the father, whoever, it can be tedious.
Some I mean, there's some of my favorite loops and some of my least favorite loops.
Okay,
and during that loop particularly, we were out in 4 caddy position, and you were like, this is it, Zabbo. This is why, this whole new situation. No more bench jobs for me. I'm not risking getting all these women. I'm going request only. I'm done with this. I don't want to risk it. And I was like, I'm not really to that level yet. I'm going to do bench jobs. But So and that the loop was fine, by the way. They're great people.
Was it?
It was good. But you were just, I could see what you were getting at, and I was like, here we go. And sure enough, the next like 9 loops in a row I had women of varying degrees, and the first one was just a beauty. And we're getting along okay. You could tell she's that type of woman where you got to kind of watch what you do and say, and like watch where you're standing. Oh, don't stand there! I can see you out of the corner of my eye. And you can't be behind me. You got to be in front of me. And so we're on like the 7th or 8th hole, and I can tell like she's very off on her speeds, as women a lot of the times are. They're off on their speeds,
woeful, and
they want to call you out like, "Oh, that broke way more." Well, you were 6 feet short. Like, of course it's gonna break. Oh, that didn't break at all. You hit it off the green. It's not gonna break. And so we're on like 11, and she's like, she did it again, called me out and I was like, you know what, Linda? I was like, we're done.
Is that a real name?
No. I was like, Linda, I said, from going forward, you read all your own putts. I can tell you're a good player. Not at all, but I can tell you're a good player. You read all your putts. I think this relationship's going to be better suited with you doing your own thing on the greens. I'll give you your ideas. And she's like, no. I know what I'm like, and I'll do this. And then the husband, as most of the husbands in this situation are, nicest guy in the world and class act. And the other caddy I'm working with, we're out in 4K. He's like, man, you got a tough one today. I was like, you know what, Ian? I was like, I can tell they're gonna ask me to go. And I said, there's a number
next day.
There's a number for going tomorrow, and if they don't hit it, there's no chance. I mean, there's no question I'm not going with them. And what do you know? We finish, and they hand me the money, and they're like, all right, we'll see you tomorrow. And I look at the money, and it's the exact number. I'm like, all right, let's do it. See you tomorrow, Linda. It was beautiful.
Yes, glutton for punishment. There's actually a couple of wee stories there that I've got where examples of good females in the golf course.
Okay.
Angel and Bridget, the Undertakers.
Yes, Angel is not a female, but yes,
no,
his mother Bridget. Yes, love Angel and Bridget.
The great people. Mm-hmm. They called me a couple of months ago. Maybe called you as well. I don't know. I took the job. He's interesting character, huh?
He is
fastest golfer in the West.
Don't blink.
He was wearing this big Porsche jacket.
He does love a good Porsche,
and you got,
and his mother too. She loves the Porsche too.
7:00 in the morning, he's smoking a cigar, and he's got the aviator sunglasses on,
of course.
And he, we're on the first hole, and I said, "Oh, it's a 140." Probably looking at like gone. I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess
no time wasted.
We're playing speed golf right here." But lovely people. Mum was an absolute joy, good player, and great stories about. I bet they could probably have a podcast themselves.
Oh, you talk about a family business. What a family business the mortuary business is. I mean, times are good. I mean,
times are good and times are great.
I mean, yeah, there's no lack of work coming in constantly. Yeah. I bet the dynamic has probably changed quite a bit because, back, I didn't even say 15, 20, 30 years ago, everybody was, being put in cemeteries and buried. I bet that's kind of really shifted. We have to talk to them about that. It's probably shifted more to cremation with the space running out, plots getting more expensive. Yeah,
but they are. I think they're up in the inland a bit.
They are.
So there's probably loads of kind of ground up there for burial. But no, good people. The next one was the mixed championship.
Oh, the legendary mixed championship.
Mixed championship, 2026. I had a guy called George who was born in Scotland. Lovely lad, and then his wife Peggy. They're just coming along for the ride, having fun.
They're here to have fun. They're not the competitive mixed championship pairing.
we're at the big course, and we have another couple in the group. No caddy. They were nice people, but she wore his pants and hers.
Yes.
And
come on, Stuart, hold up your end of the drives. We need 2 of your drives per 9, Stuart.
Have you ever seen a woman with a claw?
Never seen it.
That's how competitive this woman was. She was, wow. I don't know, maybe it was, mixed championship questions maybe asked there. Very butch. And but she used the claw.
The claw? Yeah, I've never seen a woman do.
And fist pumping 3-footers. I was like, whoa.
Knocking George a little back in his heels.
George and Peggy didn't even notice it. They're in their own little world there. And I was like, this is gold right here. But then there's no other caddy for me to enjoy this with. But a female with the claw. First time I've ever seen that.
That's legendary.
That is absolutely legendary. Jared Lager. Got to mention him. I got that written down. Do you remember this a couple of months ago?
I do.
16th hole.
I do remember this.
You remember what happened?
I do. He had a little incident with walking off with the flag stick.
He
was a little excited about his player making the putt. He just, sometimes.
I don't think so. I don't think he was in. Not at all. I think
he might have been a little in the clouds.
He could have been. He could have been. But Jared is a local caddy, and he listens to the podcast. And we're about 190 out. 192, 194, 196. Because Jared has forgotten to put the flag stick in, and I scream. He finally gets it. He was holding military wise. Remember that?
He was, yeah. And we let him kind of hang himself a little bit. We didn't yell right away. We let him walk a little bit before he was it's a long walk from the back of that green to the cart path. He was closer to the cart path than he was the green when we actually shouted. And
I'm screaming. I says, "There's two people you don't want to do that in front of," and it was us.
Here we are. Awesome, Jared. So I had another. We talking about the women. I had another one. On the flip side, the good side of this, so there was this job that he's actually a podcast listener, Josh Misler, put me on. And so he put me and my buddy Fish on it. End of the day, bread and butter jobs now with our rate now. Later jobs means more hours on the golf course. But so we're at 3 o'clock, and it's the end of a corporate, as there sometimes is at the end of the corporate groups. They don't show up. They didn't make a flight or whatever. They're not going to be there. Mm-hmm. And the caddy manager comes up and says, "Hey, so there's 3 jobs here at the end that aren't going to show up, but they still want to pay the caddies." I'm like, golden, done. So 2 of the caddies that were in front of us got the first 2, and then it was either going to be Fish or myself getting that last one unpaid. And I was like, "All right, Fish, what do you want to do?" He's like, "Well, I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm getting paid and leaving." I'm like, no, that's not fair. Let's flip a T or something. And I don't know I forget how it all went down. This was a while ago, but I was like, you know what? I'll do it, whatever. And then I come to find out it's just a coordinator, nice young lady, very nice young lady, just a coordinator for 9 holes. It was unreal. So she's playing 9 holes, and the group in front of us, one guy didn't show up, so it's a threesome. And they're like, "Oh, why don't you come join us?" And she's like, no, I'm just going to hang back here with Mike. We're just going to hit a few shots and have fun. And have fun we did. But we got to, she was just awesome. It was a lot of fun. She was back east where I'm from. So we got along. We got along well. But she was like, last year I was here and I had this caddy, and he's kind of handsy, and he's showing me some things, and he was really good. And I was like, I tell you what, you tell me 2 things about him. I bet I can guess him, without no question. She's like, all right, well, he got behind me, told me I needed to go get my hips into it. He's a surfer dude. And I go, bingo, it's this guy. And she's like, that actually is his name. She's like, I think it's him. I was like, well, hold on, you'll recognize him, right? She's like, yeah, I'll recognize him. I'm like, he's my friend on Facebook. Let me pull it up. So I pull up Facebook. She's like, that's him. I was like, of course it is. And that's just the kind of profiling that we as caddies, I can peg it. You tell me 2 things about one of the caddies we have, I can tell you who it is.
So how many guys we got? 300?
Yeah, 310 or so, allegedly.
How many would get behind?
There's about 3. So the pool was narrowed very quickly. I'm like, is this guy? And then she said surfer. I was like, it's got to be this guy.
That's unbelievable.
And it was. There's this guy is classic.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because, I actually think there's more than 3.
Probably, but the way she was doing the movements narrowed it down for me to about 3, and it was a lot of fun. And you talk about just a great loop, 9 holes. The best part of those 9-hole loops too, especially at the big courses, you finish 9 and you're not near the clubhouse, so you got to drive in. So you get to see all those caddies who know you're just doing 9 holes, and you wave at them all going by like you're the freaking mayor. I'm like, hey guys, hey, see you later. Just 9 holes,
but under the new system, you're getting half the wages now.
That is true, although this job was very healthy out of the shop, that grease out of the shop. And
grease makes the wheels go round. We'll talk about this in the second half before mailbag questions, because we've had a lot of people contacting us about it. I want to get your take on the current caddy situation out here.
I plead the fifth.
However, it's amazing how the mentality, because we've moved to an hourly rate, how the mentality's gone from let's get this done as quickly as possible to take your time, boys.
There is a little bit more incentive, a lot more incentive to be a little slower. Is it a lot more incentive to take the afternoon loops too? I never ever. I offered you a job last couple of days ago. I called you and I said, "Oh, what the times?" I went 1
140, 140, something like that.
And I said, perfect.
Done.
Perfect.
Zabbo's all over it.
Normally, it's like before we wanted like the 6:20,
6 o'clock.
6:10, get me in and out of there in 4 hours. And now, not as great, those jobs.
Talking about women, it's not just women that are needy. I caddy for a guy, and we get done, and he says, listen, we have to go to, I got to put my clubs in the rental car, so we go to the car park.
Uh-huh.
And then he pulls out the travel bag.
Oh, got to put them in there and button them up.
And he goes, hey, can you put them in that? And I'm thinking, okay, fair enough. This isn't really usually what we do, but...
Had he paid you yet?
He'd already paid me. And I said, open it up. And he opens up the car. He opens up the back door of the car.
You get it out.
And I was like, no, it's standing in front of me.
Okay.
The travel bag. And I'm saying to him, I'm thinking it's clear. I say, you open it.
Yeah.
And he opens the car door thinking, I'm like,
no.
He was expecting me to open up the travel bag and then with my 4 hands put the golf bag. And I was like, no, open the travel bag.
Yeah.
And you hold it open. Like,
yeah, we're a team. We're a team here.
And he was so perplexed. The guy's in his 60s. It's like, wow, what's your life been like?
Yeah, he's had a lot of help along the way.
Unbelievable. I've got a conundrum, Michael. You know, wee Jimmy at the Spyglass Grill.
Of course, yes.
Wee Angry Jim.
Big fan of the podcast.
Actually, bit of an issue with several issues with Jim, actually.
And, oddly enough, I'm the one who always gets the backlash on this and hear about this from Jim. But go ahead. I'm sure I'm going to hear about this.
I go in and I buy a breakfast burrito for my player a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Delicious breakfast burritos, Jim. Good job on those.
They're all right. Nothing special. And I text the lads because they're going to be late. They've been out drinking the night before. I says, here, does anyone want any breakfast? I'll grab it for you.
Yeah.
Shoot, one breakfast burrito. So I go in. There's a few people there. And Jimmy said, is this for you? I went, no, it's not for me. But he was going to serve the other people before me. Mm-hmm. Is this because if it's for you? I was like, no, hold on a second. I'm a customer. And I was like...
You're just a caddy.
You're just a caddy. Oh, yes, heard that one before. You're just a caddy. So that was number 1 pet peeve. Not happy with that. Number 2, he closes the grill at 3 o'clock when it's meant to be open till 5. You turn up there and he's trying to sell you sandwiches. You want something hot that's cooked. And he's trying to say, oh, no, but we get sandwiches. In
the
the
grill's
fridge.
been shut down. Yeah. He likes to play 9 holes after work sometimes.
And number 3, his reluctance. The chicken fajita wrap is very good. The breakfast sandwiches are okay. But I'm a big fan of sour cream.
Who isn't?
Chicken fajita, a wee bit of heat there.
Of course.
So you want a wee bit of cool with the sour cream.
Yeah.
They always used to serve this. Remember back in the day?
Oh, yeah. Always got sour cream with your fajita.
And I understand that, they would give you a little, what would you call that? Salsa.
Yeah.
Right?
Salsa and sour cream. Yeah.
And sour cream. Now, I get it that I would never touch the salsa, so it went straight in the bin. So it's a waste.
Yeah.
But his reluctance to order sour cream, he's in charge of this. He could actually order sour cream.
He could.
And he refuses to do it. And
doesn't?
It's like he's got a chip in his shoulder, big time.
Well, I'm going to have to pick. He's got something against sour cream. I've never heard this about a person before.
Ask his co-workers. He refuses to order it. Now, it's not coming out of his pocket.
What is it about the sour cream that he doesn't like?
Well, you ask him the next time you see him. However, I'm in the grill 2 weeks ago, and he tells me he's playing the big course, 4 o'clock on the 20th. And he said, I probably couldn't afford you. I says, no, you couldn't. However, I'm actually thinking of doing pro bono.
If he orders sour cream for you? Or?
I think if he was to order the sour cream.
Yeah.
Or even one of us buys it and they put it in the fridge.
Just put it on ice for us.
Just have it there, Jimmy. I will caddy for you on the 20th. Zabbo might come as well. Listen, I'm going to heckle you the whole time.
Oh, for sure. That's a given.
You're going to have a hard time.
That's a given.
But
we'll go to Costco. We'll get a big tub of sour cream. Just put it in your fridge.
It's unbelievable.
It'll last for a while.
He gets an order every second day, and he refuses to get sour cream. What's wrong with the guy?
Think internally he's smiling when they order sour cream? He's like, nope, have it.
I think he's, at this stage now, he's just a twisted little man. But
love you, Jim.
I do like Jimmy. I do like him, It gave me salmonella once, food poisoning a couple of times, but,
Yeah, I'm going to hear so much about this.
yeah. But what do you think? Do you think I should do that in the 20th?
Yeah, you should.
If he orders the sour cream.
Yeah. 20th is approaching. We might want to tell him this pretty soon. I'll let him know. I'll probably see him today.
Yeah. Well, you'll hear it as well. But that's the kind of conundrum I have is do I, don't I? I think it would be quite fun just to go out there. I don't need paid. Just go out for a laugh.
Yeah.
And he says he's a decent player, but
yeah, they all say
so.
that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Sneaky long off the tee, good hands.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you'll be struggling to break 100.
Yeah.
What else you got, Zabbo, before we move on? Because I've got one that I need to finish with.
Go ahead.
So if you've got nothing.
I mean, I always have something.
You've always got something, but I'll tell you what, this is one that definitely pertains to you.
Okay.
A couple of months ago, I've been holding on to this for a long time.
Oh, I know where we're going with this.
Zabbo's driving. His daughter's in the back seat, I guess.
Yep.
Not in the front.
She's definitely in the back, in her booster seat. Thank you very much.
And the conversation comes up about the hole-in-one on the par threes. And everyone that listens to this podcast knows that Zabbo will take the 44-yard hole-in-ones.
48, 51, and 48 again, yeah.
I think it's embarrassing. Don't count them. But we'd get to talking about it. And then his wee daughter, 10 years old, pipes up and says, "But Daddy, it doesn't count."
She did.
And then he goes, shh, stop. He's like, I gotta go. I was like, no. Jean, please repeat that. She says, but Daddy, hole-in-ones and par 3 courses don't count.
She did say that.
It's probably the happiest moment in my life.
It was a bit of a laugh for both of us, and then I did get off the phone shortly thereafter. I'm like, all right, we gotta go. We're going to a park or something. And then she, I didn't even tell you about this, but she went on. She's like, Dad, you have to understand, this is a 9-hole golf course. They're all par 3s. Like, you have 9 opportunities. Like, how would you ever count that? She's like, you can't count that. I'm like, all right, Jane, it's time to switch subjects.
Bedtime.
But she'll love this. Yeah.
Hats off to her. She's only 10 years old and she gets it.
She's a smart one.
She's in the big G side. I love that. Absolutely love that. Right, we're going to move on, Zabbo. We got a wee message for H&R Roofing Supply.
Out of Oxnard.
Yep, and then we're going to move on to mailbag questions. H&R Roofing Supply has been serving roofers, builders and homeowners in Southern California with the highest quality roofing supplies since 1981. Based in Oxnard, H&R is a family-owned and locally operated business. They take pride in their commitment to customer service and buyer satisfaction. H&R offers customers a huge range of roof tiles, shingles, metal roofing options, felt, skylights and vents. Only the highest quality products make the grade. There is no order too big or too small, and just like a good golf caddy, their expert staff will guide you with first-class knowledge and advice. Please show them some love and check out their website, hrroofingsupply.com. I'd like to say a massive thank you to Mark and all of his team for the support of our podcast. And now, let's get back to it. I didn't even know what a Vulcan vent was until we went to Mark's website.
Nor did I, and now we do.
A Vulcan vent. It turns out I need a couple of Vulcan vents at the house.
At least.
So yeah, thank you very much for your support, Mark. And if you are interested in getting a shout out and sponsoring one of the episodes, just get in contact. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, you can contact us on social media. Just look for Glorified Donkey or email podcast@glorifieddonkey.com. Now, as many people will know, on the last episode I was with the Beamer.
Love you, Beamer.
We had a massive change out here on the West Coast with regards to our caddying status. We went from independent contractors for 109 years to being told by text one night in February that we would become employees of our management company.
Correct. Yeah, it was kind of really out of the blue. It was just 7 o'clock at night, we got a text to say, hey, just so you know, May 1st, you
May
guys are
1st.
becoming employees.
I'm obviously a poor reader, right? And I actually thought we were going to become employees of the actual golf course, but no, management company. A lot of people have been in contact. I'm talking dozens and dozens of people, and we haven't really been able to talk about it, I would say, until now. I would say we have the freedom to express our opinions, feelings.
Yes, kind of. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we do. It's a touchy issue. I mean, it's a lot of people contacted me, and I'm sure you as well, when that first came out, and we're like, well, what do we do? Where do we go from here? And they explained to us we're going to have a series of meetings, 3 phases of meetings. We're going to lay out exactly what you're going to do phase 1, and then we're going to tell you about pay and everything phase 2.
Don't worry, guys, nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like that old saying, don't worry, we're the government, trust us. It's
That's
like,
it. Ronald Reagan,
we're the government, we're here to help. It's like, come on.
The most terrifying words in the world is when someone knocks your door and says, hi, we're the government, we're here to help.
Yeah, exactly. And so they had their meetings, and throughout I was talking to a few caddies, and they invariably, the question is, what do we do? It's like, well, as independent contractors, we had a board that negotiated our contracts on behalf of the caddies. It was an elected board. They've taken that option away from us now. So the only path back to negotiation, literally the only path back is unionization.
Yeah.
As much as, guys have strong feelings one way or another about unions, the simple reality was if we wanted any say in our pay, that was the only way to do it. So we began that process. There was a group of caddies who began the process, and by the time they delivered the petition, or we delivered the petition to unionize, well over 80% signed the petition.
Yeah.
And, then there was the process where they could recognize the union, which they chose not to do, which no company really does. They always throw it to an election hoping to beat it. They didn't want the union, obviously, because they don't want to have to bargain with anybody. They want to tell us what we're getting paid and how we should be doing our jobs. Well, that's never been the case in the 109 years, and we weren't going to accept that. So they threw it to the election, which happened on June 18th, and they had a hard campaign against it, which is understandable. That's what companies do. And by the time we voted, we had I think the vote ended up being 182 to 56. That is a large majority. That's 76% of caddies that voted to unionize. And we had a lot of people who would have voted yes who were out of town. So it happened. And, I think it's going to be, in the long run, it's going to be a good thing for the caddies and the caddy body.
So just so people understand, when we're talking about taking afternoon loops and being out there, we are currently paid hourly as opposed to a standard base fee that we used to get. So we would know that if we worked at 7 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we would still get the same base fee. Now it's hourly. I had a situation where I worked at 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning, but then 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, and the difference in what I was paid would probably be 2 hours.
Yeah, it's and then that equates with penalty stuff and meal stuff. You get all these convoluted hours in addition to that. So we've always been paid as a piece rate compensated deal. Like, you do a job, this is what you get paid. We always go into it with the understanding, your gratuity is going to vary from day to day, but at least you're going to get what you're going to get on one end. And now that's been taken. But honestly, it hasn't been that bad for the majority of guys, because there's been more work. It's not really about losing a whole bunch. It's not like we lost a whole bunch, but a lot of us did, because a lot of us work only in the mornings. It's about, protecting the future, going forward, hopefully going back to a system that we're more accustomed to.
Yeah, I think it's a sad day for caddying. I potentially was a little naive. If you actually look at the world of golf and how it's gone, how the corporate money's taken over, I guess I always thought we'd be exempt from that.
Never thought I'd see it happen, personally.
I never ever thought that we would be in this situation. However, I was naive. Wherever there's people, there's money, Mike, and wherever there's money, there's wolves at the door. And unfortunately, we've become a commodity.
100%.
And it's just, I think now we're not part of a union yet we have voted for them to negotiate. We have unionized,
but yes, we are not union members until a contract goes through.
Could this be something that infiltrates the whole country?
I think that is the biggest worry from their end and why they were so adamant on stopping it. I don't think it's that detrimental in and of itself to them here, but it did make, it did make national news in the sense of like it was on NBC, but it did make national golf news. Like people, whoa, what is happening? This has never happened in the history of the game ever. And there have been other caddies at other courses that have been watching this closely, and I've been contacted by a few of them myself. And like, well, how do we do this? And like, what's this about? And it's I'm not going to give many answers to these guys because we don't know how it's going to shake out. We don't have a new contract yet, and I'm sure their angle is going to be to negotiate something that's in their favor. Obviously, it's going to be we're going to try to negotiate something in our favor, but at
least it's a negotiation.
Yeah, and hopefully we meet somewhere in the middle, and we're both relatively happy with what we get. So. Yeah, I think the world will be watching, the golf world, certainly the caddy world will be watching what happens with this negotiation that is upcoming.
I just think it's sad that yet again the end user, who is the golfer, who employs the caddy, was not thought about in this process.
Very much so, and I think even sadder than that is the fact that you have a lot of caddies, a handful that have caddied for 30, 40 years that are no longer with us. Not that they've passed away, that when this happened, they said, you know what?
I'm done.
I've been working for 30, 40 years. I've never punched a clock in my life. I've never had to have to timestamp in, timestamp out. And they just walked away. And you're not going to hear the stories about these guys. They're gone. They're done. They're done. They're going to collect they've hopefully some of them have saved some money, and they're going to collect their Social Security, but they would have been here for 10, 15 more years, and you're not going to hear. That makes me so mad. Yeah. And we have a handful of great caddies. See you later. They're gone. They're done with the job because of what happened.
Yeah.
Sad. Very day. Sad.
Sad day. Yeah. It's we will keep you posted on what happens.
We will.
On a brighter note.
Yes. moving along. Life is still pretty good. Let's face it, folks.
Mailbag questions.
Yes.
First one comes from a Brian Hammersmith, and he is from Connecticut.
B-Money.
I work in a pro shop, and we offer golfers tees and markers at the front desk and first tee. It staggers me that every single day we run out at midday and have to refill the baskets. I stay pretty busy, but the other day I saw a guy literally grabbing handfuls of tees and filling his pockets. What are your boys' experiences or thoughts on this?
Great question. I have a lot of thoughts on this because they do this, and it's over here at where we work. It's changed over the years. They always kind of gave out free tees, but before they had like just the wooden tees. Now they have like the ones with the logos at the different courses. So you see even caddies do it. They stuff their bib every day, and I can't be a little guilty of this myself. But they used to, the metal ball markers. They used to have like nice metal ball markers with logos, and they used to keep them on the podium. And people would come by and they look at them. They're like, "Oh, grab it." And then they realize, okay, now we got to get the pro shop to like give out one each, and they get wise to it. But it is a problem. It's
huge.
It's very pervasive, if you will, in the game. I mean, it's a lot of places, especially guys who come here and can afford to come here that aren't members at courses. They have to go buy tees places, and when they get to a place where it's free, it's like, let's put some in the bag.
Number one, it's never free. Okay,
true.
And I have been on kind of both sides of this argument. I recently, when I was back in Scotland, found a bag of tees. And this is going back to the 90s at Turnberry when they didn't actually have an official driving range. It's just a big old field. And Titleist would turn up and Mizuno would turn up and they'd do like a fitting afternoon. So we'd play in the morning. And I remember this specific day where King Cobra turned up and they had the pop-up tents and they had all the drivers and the clubs. And they also had a lovely basket of these multicoloured tees, wooden tees, because we grew up with plastic tees. They're horrible, let's be honest. Wood was always what you wanted to aspire to.
Yeah.
And my older brother and myself, as my dad was hitting the drivers, were filling our pockets,
of course,
with King Cobra tees. Now, that was in 1995, say.
Long time ago.
I still have some of them, right? Yeah. So, but that was back in the day. I was probably 12 or 13 years old, okay? Nowadays, shocking. It's shocking behaviour. You know what I mean? Take enough I was in Western Gales, and in Scotland you couldn't do this. You wouldn't leave out full baskets because people literally would be selling them back to the pro shop.
Yeah.
But we're at Western Gales, and there's 2 wee baskets on the first tee. But there's only about 30 tees in the basket. You see,
that's a good move.
So this is a veteran move from them because scumbags ain't going to take the whole lot.
Very true.
They're going to take 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And then the starter, I think his name was Cameron. He'll just throw a few in.
Yeah.
As and when needed. And you see,
it's very true. If you put out a big bucket and they're full of tees, people are going to stuff their pockets. But if you put out 30, they're going to be like, you know what? I'm not going to take all of them. I'll take 4 or 5.
So I've seen it. Like, don't get me wrong. I remember playing rugby, and they would have this. I remember this tournament in Ayr, and it was the schools, local schools, and my school showered very quickly and got in because they knew they were pies. And you were meant to take. They were meant to take 1 pie each, but I remember watching my brother's best mate put one in his mouth, put one in each pocket of his blazer, and then grab another one. So he'd 4.
Yeah,
but that was the Carrick Academy move. It was like get in,
of course,
get the food
yeah.
So by the time the other lads get in, there was nothing there. So I've seen it. Free Chipotle.
Love a good free Chipotle.
But there comes a point where free isn't free because in your mind you think it's free, but it's not. They're controlling what you're eating, and if you really want autonomy and decision making yourself, you make that decision. So
what if you only want Chipotle?
Well, that's fine then. You're okay with that.
They've given me what I want.
But the problem with Chipotle when they come here is they never have.
They always give the barbacoa. They never give the steak.
They never They never have the good meat.
Yeah.
Well, is there any good meat there?
Oh, the steak is good.
Anyway, but there you go. That would be my thoughts.
Good question, Brian.
Get a wee basket, throw a handful in. Scumbags won't take them all. Or maybe they will, but at least you're only losing 20, 30 at a time.
Very
as
true.
opposed to 200.
Very true.
Next question from a James Novick, and he's in Decatur, Georgia. Georgia. Hello, boys. I love your show and wanted to ask your advice on a sensitive matter.
Oh, boy.
I play in a group every 2 weeks, family, friends, etc. It's a great group of lads, and we do an out-of-state trip twice a year. Very nice. One of the lads recently brought his other half on the trip.
Oh, boy.
He didn't hang with us in the evening. Instead, he went off with ... We will call her Mary. So that's obviously a reference to Zabbo saying Linda, not her real name. We'll call her Mary. What should we do and how should we approach this situation? Well, it's very simple there, James. He has to go.
This question has been asked numerous times, and we've talked about this numerous times. It's if it's a couple's trip, it's a couple's trip, and you bring your couples. But if it's a guy's trip and one guy brings his bird,
he's bird,
yeah, as G would say, he's out. He's
Ta-ta.
out.
Ta-ta.
Sorry,
yeah,
you've worn out your welcome, Mary. See ya.
See it. Smell you later, Mary. I think that 2 or 3 of the group have to get together, sit them down, and explain it to him, and say, "This is your one and only chance, and you're out. You're done. It's unacceptable. There is absolutely no reason why someone should do that. And if you have to explain it to them, they'll never get it." So,
very true.
Next question comes from a Douglas Green. He's from Edmonton, and that's in
Alberta,
Canada. It's obvious that you guys don't carry as many bags as before.
What gave you that thought?
Yeah, what gave you that thought there, Douglas? I understand that golfers put too much in their golf bags. However, if you boys were to design a golf bag, what would you add, eliminate, etc.? Thanks, and really enjoy your caddy stories. Well,
I would add nothing and eliminate everything. Everything. Pockets. I mean, yeah, you need a pocket or two. The golf bag has been so over designed, it's absurd. It's like some of the stuff we've talked about with clothing. They're doing too much with it. At a certain point, you've made the perfect golf bag. Stop trying so hard. The butterfly straps and all these double strap, get rid of them. Single strap, and then if you need the second strap, you have a separate strap that you can loop over your back like a backpack. It's just, it drives me nuts. The Ping, we've talked about it. Ping makes the best golf bags, in my opinion. That L8 was the perfect golf bag.
Up until they brought the hoofer out, though.
Yeah, I mean, even some of the earlier hoofers, they're not bad, but the Ping L8 was like the end-all, be-all of golf bags.
3 pockets, 4?
Yeah, and it was just a very simple design, easy to carry, lightweight. 3 pockets for your clubs. That drives me crazier, especially carry bags. You have individual slots for your clubs.
Shocking.
Ridiculous.
When you're caddying off of a cart as well, and you've got 2 guys with those bags, talk about pace of play.
Don't get me started.
Individually. Oh.
And then Larry comes back. It's like, no, my 7-iron goes in this slot, not that slot. It's all out of order. I can't do this. It's like, come on, Larry. Come on.
Do you think it's because the rising cost that they feel obliged to put the kitchen sink on the golf bag because of they're charging $400 for a bag?
A little bit, and they can charge a little bit more with the extra, pockets and features that they have. They have the now we got the charging port in the bag.
The solar. There was a guy that sent. Remember, he sent us a bag from LA.
Yeah,
he sent us up a bag, and we sent. I think it was sent it back, and like it was, the faux leather. It's so heavy. It's false. Faux stands for false.
It does.
It's fake. It's a fraud. It's not real leather, and it's heavy. It's garbage. Vessel bags, stitch bags, garbage. Absolute rubbish. If anyone's out there and wants a good design of a golf bag, maybe speak to a caddy.
Yeah, and it is funny because like Vessel and Stitch are some of the most popular bags in the world. It is pretty shocking.
But think about this on a golf course. Do we really need a solar panel on your bag to charge your phone? Yeah. It's absurd.
It's unreal. If your phone can't make it 18 holes, come on.
Shouldn't be on the phone.
Yeah, correct. You're playing golf.
Shouldn't be on the phone. Yeah. Leave the phone behind. Shocking. I'm Mike with Mike in this one. Eliminate everything. Add nothing.
Correct.
And
nothing to add.
No need for 14 clubs. 7 or 8. Improve yourself. Be better. Next question comes from Lawrence Hill, and he's from the city of London in London. What is the most embarrassing thing to happen to you on the golf course, either playing or caddying? Love the show.
Oh, God.
Where do we even start?
I hands down, and I think I've told this story on the podcast before, but hands down, the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me on the golf course was early in my caddy career. When I started caddying, they opened this new course. It was a Ritz-Carlton golf course in Sarasota, Florida, and I started caddying there. And, you meet a lot of new guys because they're training all the guys at the same time. And I met this guy, Patrick Horseman, good friend of mine. He lives in Utah now. Horseman. But he played on, like, the DP tour. He's a good player. He played in Europe. Like, he won on the EPT tour, whatever, the smaller tour they had out there. But he's like a +4, +5. And then, as caddies do, and they let us play the course all the time. Great playing privileges. As caddies do, we like to gamble. And Patrick goes, Zabbo, he goes, I will beat you with 1 club. I'll take my 5-iron out there and I'll wax the floor with you. I'm like, get the hell out of here. And then I said, all right, you're on. And we had a healthy little bet. And of course, the other caddies hear about this. So when we go out, they all come out with us. So we're riding together in the cart, me with my bag with my name on the back, him with 1 ball and a 5-iron. He just has a 5-iron in there. And every hole, of course, the caddy's on, what are you going to hit here, Patrick? 5-iron? I like that 5-iron from here. He closed me out on 13. He was par through 13. It was ridiculous.
So what were you then? If he was even par on 13, you must have been...
It wasn't good. I was a little rattled. He's getting up and down out of bunkers with this 5-iron. I'm like, I'm a little rattled. We're playing all the way back. The course is like 7,600 yards from the tips. It's absurd, and he is just...
striping it.
It's unbelievable. How about you?
I have a lot. There was the time that... I went to the bathroom at 14 in the wee course, very cold, and it's a sit-down job. Let's just say that. And while I'm there, I feel like I need to pee. Right, so
of course
I start peeing, and because of the coldness, things had gotten smaller, and I hear this pitter patter, and I realise that it's facing up the way, and I'm peeing straight into my trousers. So,
oh boy!
Something that should have taken 2 minutes ended up taking about 10.
Yeah,
and then I've trying to use the hand dryer to dry the trousers.
Oh boy!
All sorts of positions. Yeah. That was horrendous. And then I wrapped my towel around myself, and the player says in the 15th, he goes, "What? Why are you wrapping that?" I said, "You don't want to know.
I'm a little cold."
I gave the wrong number in open qualifying. This was horrendous. This actually was a good lesson. I gave my player the wrong number by accident. Not obviously not deliberately.
Of course.
And he went long. And then he went, where's that? It says it's long. He drops another. And the other player, the other pro and his caddy realised what I've done.
Oh, no.
He's now going to hit his next ball.
Oh, I got to correct it now.
And I'd froze. I'd absolutely froze. I was probably about 25 at the time.
Yeah,
and
that's a tough one. Maybe you throw out, hey, there's a little wing kicked up. Maybe we should club down a little.
We lost. We missed by 1 or 2.
Oh, no.
It was the Open at Birkdale, I think. And I just felt horrendous, embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know, because I couldn't look at that. I never saw the caddy or the player ever again.
Yeah.
But they knew. I knew. The player didn't know. I never told them. We missed by 1 or 2. It was all my fault. But from that day on, I made a decision that didn't matter who I was caddying for.
Yeah.
If they're over a putt, if they're over a shot, if it's the wrong number, it's the wrong number. It's the wrong read, it's the wrong read. I stop them and I correct.
Do you? It's funny you say that because I still tend to do that on reads sometimes when, you're caddying for 2 players and you give a quick one and you stand off to the side and you're like, oh no, I got to be more proactive in that. Let's stop.
I did it yesterday.
Hey, yeah, hold on a sec.
I did it yesterday.
Yeah.
I told the guy it was downhill and I get to the side and I see it's not and I went, whoa, stop. And he went, oh, I said, no, it's flat. You play it flat, all a flat, maybe even 6 inches past. And he went, okay, missed the putt, but he did appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's either right or it's wrong, mate.
Yeah, very true. Very true. I do it sometimes. I do it most of the time, but I got to be more proactive when when you walk away and walk to the side and you're like, oh, hold on a sec. Yeah.
How about the time that I asked the woman when she was due? When's the baby due? And
that's pretty funny.
She wasn't actually pregnant, so that was a rough 14 holes after that. So yeah, there's quite a few. We should start asking any guest on the podcast that question. I love that one. What's the most embarrassing thing to have?
Yeah, I bet there's really some gems out there.
Final question. This is a, I don't know if it's a wind up, but it's from a guy called Keith, and he's from a town called Keith, and that is in
England.
That's in a place called Moray, which is up in North Scotland.
Yeah, close enough.
Strange question, I know, he says. However, do you prefer to caddy for people with facial hair or no facial hair?
Oh my God. That is beyond a strange question. Why would it matter?
It matters to me.
It does matter to you?
Yeah, I much prefer a cleanly shaven.
You don't like a bearded Zabbo to caddy for?
Couldn't afford me, number one. Jim's actually, he's no facial hair. But, think about the last president of America or the last prime minister of the UK or the last French president, Spanish, whatever it is, right, in the Western world that had facial hair and was voted in.
Been a long time.
There's a thing about if you have no facial hair, it's been proven that you're more trustworthy.
Come on.
There you go, Zabbo. That's why I get tipped
more
money than
really
you.
Trust a lot of our presidents in the years past. That's a good baseline.
I don't know why. It's a little bit like I'm more pro someone. If I find out they were born in March, which is the same as my birthday, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like
kindred spirits
towards it. I don't know why that is. That's just really strange. And if you're born November, December, January, February, no chance. And I think it's because back home, the oldest kids were March. March 1st was the cut-off. And it's really strange. So I'll take no facial hair. Zabbo will take Sasquatch.
Give me the beard. I don't care either way, but it's
a ridiculous question.
It's a crazy. It is a crazy question.
There's a massive distillery in Keith, by the way, and I think Keith has been in
partaking. Yeah.
Yes. Strange question. He knew it. Time to wrap things up, Mike. It's time for shout-outs. I'm going to start. Daniel Cho, the real Cho. He's from LA, like the real Daniel Cho.
Different Daniel Cho than we normally shout out.
Yeah, I mentioned him a few months ago. I met him and he helped me out with some software. We finally got there after 2 to 3 months. We got it done. So Daniel, I owe you a care package. I will be sending that. I do have your email. Last episode, the boys from Ohio, I shouted everyone out, apart from the one that listens to all the podcasts.
Of course.
His name's Tony. He's disingenuous. I call him Disingenuous Tony. But he loves Costco.
Oh, kindred spirit to me.
Yeah, I believe he got engaged in Costco.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Funny enough, my daughter's at sleepaway camp right now, and my wife and I were like, hey, let's go down to have some ice cream at Gear Deli, and I was like, you know what? Let's go to Costco. So we went and got Costco Sundays and walked around Costco. It was glorious.
There's three things I really love to do, and usually it's like a Thursday or a Friday evening. Walk around Home Depot.
Yeah.
Marshalls.
I
love to go to the kitchen area.
Yeah.
At the back and just look at all the stuff that I don't need, but I would like.
Yeah.
And then I love to go to Costco and just walk around.
I get it, dude. I love walking around Costco.
When you go Costco, do you go sides and just walk every single?
We did yesterday. Yeah, it was great. We looked at everything.
Oh, and you touch it, feel it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I could see me with one of these in the garage.
Yes.
Don't even know how it works.
Yeah.
But I could see
they
myself
had this like LED facial mask for $400, and I'm sure it's worth like $800. I'm like, whoa, we need that. That'll solve everything.
So how about this? It's the red light therapy.
Yeah.
I took a photo of it a month ago and sent it to Dr. Karen. I said, is this any good?
What'd she say?
She said, it won't harm, but it's probably
not worth
the
$380 they were charging for it.
Yeah, no, 100%. So no, Tony, my apologies. And Matt and Julie McDermott, a.k.a. the Silver Fox. I caddied for them. I guess I worked for them. It was their 25th anniversary. Awesome. Lovely people. I'd worked for them previously, and turns out they are podcast listeners because they said a couple of things. And
cool.
You know when someone says something and you turn and you go, oh, that's referencing something maybe we said.
Yeah.
Then the final shout-out goes to young Dennis, Kenny, my brother, and Kevin, and the Schnauzer.
Ooh,
the legend, the enigma.
Yes.
Potentially the most legendary character I have ever come across. There are more stories about the Schnauz than anyone. We kind of lost him for a few years.
We did.
But I was back in Boston for the World Cup a couple of weeks ago.
He sent me a picture with him. He looks good.
He hasn't changed a bit.
He's awesome.
It was absolutely hilarious.
If you don't have a story about him, like you have a story. If you've been around him, you have a story about him. Legendary.
I have 1,000. I have 1,000 stories about the Schnauzer. Absolute legend. And he was in great form. It was the first time his brother, myself, my brother, and the Schnauzer have been in the same room for about 24 years.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so it was
awesome.
It was wild. And survived. So
that's awesome.
What do you have?
Got a shout out all the women I've caddied for in recent months. Yeah, the good, the bad, the indifferent. I got to shout out Glenn Goldberg. He was back in town. He was asking about you. Old Goldie, another dermatologist we caddy for. But last but not least, I got to shout out the Hart Brothers Foundation. I don't know if I ever told you about this, but we have a tournament in the Zabbo family called the Zabbo Open.
Oh, it's up there with the mixed championship, isn't it?
It is. Some call it the fifth major. Some call it, up there with mixed championship. But so the Zabbo Open started, I mean, it's been like 20 years ago, and it's typically been like a two-person tournament. But so my cousin Jay recently had a heart transplant, which is kind of near and dear to my heart because my father also had a heart transplant. It runs in my family that we have, a lot of people in my family have dilated cardiomyopathies. And so he was involved with this organization. He was in the hospital for a long time before he got his heart. And the Hart Brothers organization helped out his family. And they they heard about this tournament and decided to bring corporate sponsorship to the Zabbo Open.
Fantastic.
And the reason I tell you this is not because I want you to play in it, because it sold out in about 2 hours. They sold out 144 players.
It's like a Kenny Chesney concert.
Correct. And it's 4-person scramble. But look it up. Hart Brothers Foundation, Zabbo Open. There's sponsorships available if you want to be a whole sponsor, donate some money. It's nice. A great cause.
When is it? October?
It's in October, early October. This podcast will be sponsored. I'm going to fund that. Don't worry, G. I'll pay that out of my pocket. But we're gonna sponsor a few holes and look it up. It's a great organization.
Yeah. Check it out because they're probably still looking for hole sponsors or drink sponsors or something.
For sure.
That's fantastic. Excellent. Okay, well, Zabbo's going to go to work and I need to edit the second draft of this.
Make sure it actually recorded. We'll see.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time as always, Mike. We'll probably get another one knocked out this week.
Perfect.
Listeners, thank you very much for your support. Thanks to H&R Roofing Supply for sponsoring
Mark.
This episode. Good lad, Mark. 174 previous episodes if you're new to this. And if you're not, share it.
Get
Friends,
it out there.
Family, golfers. Until the next time, enjoy your golf, but more importantly,
keep it humble.